What's up, guys? Welcome to BCut, where me and my buddy Blake Schnieders talk about MMA, UFC, the cards coming up, all the fights that you need to know about, some info that you don't know. We're here to give that to you. And January is packed with all of the fights, including Poirier McGregor, including Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar, Max Bless Holloway, fam, you're blessed. And Chiesa and Magny, where it was Hamza and Leon Edwards that got canceled, but now it's Chiesa Magny, and I'm not too mad about it.
Speaking of that Hamzat fight, I am definitely upset about that Hamzat fight because Chimaev was on a tear in 2020, looking to do some damage coming into 2021, and honestly, the way he has fought so far reminds me a lot of the dominance that another guy that he actually trains with, Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov, shows. I mean, the fact that this guy kind of took the UFC by storm, 5 fights in a year.
I don't know.
4 fights in a year, 5 fights in a year, because we know that.
Well,
we know
he
that,
had like
that
3.
Kevin Holland had 5
Holland.
official fights,
and he won all 5.
And won all 5. Now, Khazamet was 4 fights or 5 fights?
Well, he beat the one guy
I
very
think he
quickly,
got 4.
and then he got the newcomer to the UFC, forgive me for knowing his name, and then he got Gerald Meerschaert. So it was 3.
Important.
It was 3.
Gotcha.
Because Meerschaert was the 3rd one.
Yes. So he has taken the UFC by storm. I'm excited for him, but unfortunately that Leon Edwards fight got canceled. Would have been a great fight. So we're going to see what the future holds for Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah, so that fight was scheduled the 20th. If you don't know, Hamzat had COVID, got positive with COVID, and he had some complications with his lungs, apparently. Ali Abdelaziz, his manager, came out and said that he went back to training, and it just didn't feel right. He wasn't like his normal self, so that's why he ultimately pulled out of the Leon Edwards fight. But that's the 20th. Reel it back to the 16th. We've got a main event of Max Bless Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. Did I say AFAM you're blessed?
Oh, you did say
because
AFAM.
I need to say it again. Man, that main event to start off the year, I like it.
I like when the UFC decides to start off with a bang. I mean, yeah, it's cool to kind of ease into the season and get some of the younger. No. I like coming out fist swinging, clash of titans and banging, baby. I like when they come and get some guys together that are really going to put on a show. And not only do they just give us a show with kind of a weak undercard and a weak main card besides the main fight, they gave us a pretty loaded main card fight.
I love the main card.
You got Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar. You got 2 veterans.
Yeah, I'll start
Carlos
with that one.
Condit, Matt Brown.
Oh, yeah.
And that's right before.
That's wily veterans. That's what I like to call them.
The elbow Matt Brown.
Yeah.
Then you also have Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Li Jinliang. Li Jinliang, no, not the former Milwaukee Buck basketball player from like the mid-2000s. Not him. Sounds like the same name.
John Lien. John Lien.
I'm pretty sure
Jean Lien.
Li
It's pretty close.
It's pretty much the exact same name. I'm pretty sure.
Without the G, I think. Or without 2 G's, you're good.
And then we have the most hated fighter on my co-host Joshua's list, Joaquin Buckley.
I don't hate the guy.
Nah, he doesn't, but
we're
Krause people.
I like Krause. I'm on.
We can't be fans of Joaquin Buckley.
I rock with Krause. I rock with Krause.
Yeah.
So that's one of my guys. So I was starting off with Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. This is crazy fight. Holloway fought for the title last time, and it was against Volkanovski. Personally, I had Holloway winning that easily, 3-2, if not 4-2 round.
Let's be honest.
It was a rob.
You were a couple
robbery.
Josh was a few brewskis deep there, and
I had a bev.
He had admitted before we got on the show he thought it was 5-0 Holloway.
I thought it was 5-0 at the time, but I had a few bevs in me. The better, like Blake told me, he's like, I had it 2 rounds Volkanovski. I don't know if I want to believe that.
I had the last 2 rounds 10-9 Volkanovski, but the first 3 I also had some bevs in me, so I didn't keep count.
Holloway definitely won that fight. I know that for a fact. It's just
he didn't.
Except he didn't.
Except he lost.
That's everything. So against Calvin Kattar, who beat Jeremy Stevens last time he fought with just one of the cleanest elbows you've ever seen. You have to go watch that knockout. against Jeremy Stevens. Calvin Kattar is like, when you think of this fight, it's not going to the ground. It's just not. Calvin Kattar's stand up, he'll bang, he'll throw elbows, and then Holloway will absorb whatever you got and then throw multiple combinations at you. He will not stop.
Exactly.
He never stops.
The toughness of Max Holloway, as well as the stamina that Max Holloway, and in the stamina aspect, he really kind of reminds me of a guy in a weight division above Tony Ferguson.
El Kakui.
Believe it or not, El Kakui.
Who, Holloway?
Tony Ferguson. Holloway, they to me, they have similar stamina.
Well, they look kind of alike.
They do look kind of alike. But no, they do have similar stamina, longevity. So these guys are tougher than nails.
Yeah,
Kakui's
got a better ground game. He just hasn't shown it lately.
Of course, yes.
Holloway.
After that
We
very
haven't seen a lot of
disappointing
Holloway's ground
loss
game either.
to Gaethje, and also coming back, another very disappointing. And I'm not really sure. Excuse me. I'm not really sure if it was more of a disappointing loss to Charles Oliveira, or if it was just one of the most amazing displays of dominance I've seen in the UFC in probably the last year. It was probably top 3 most amazing displays of dominance, if not the most amazing display of dominance by Charles Oliveira on somebody like El Kakui, who is a legend in the game. You know, and I digress because we're talking about Max Holloway, but you know, El Kakui has kind of run into a couple unfortunate situations here recently.
Well, he's fighting the best, and I love it.
And he is,
so.
and that's what happens when you fight the best every time. You're going to get the best from everybody, especially up-and-comers like Charles Oliveira, who will fight for the title this year. No doubt.
Lightweight's crazy.
No doubt. Lightweight's a crazy division. But talking about featherweight right now, Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar. Josh, what can we expect from Holloway coming into this fight?
That's the thing. I don't really know for Max Holloway.
Great lead-in.
You've got you've got like the Holloway performance versus, what was it, Poirier, where he just got pieced up.
Yeah. Picked apart.
And that really took away it deteriorated my invincibility that I had for Max Holloway, because this guy is one of the best. He is one of the best still. And my gut is telling me that Calvin Kattar is going to be the better striker in this fight. And I don't know. I do know why, because he's young in the game. He's got great boxing. He's shown everything that you would want a top contender to show. And now he's getting that ultimate test versus a guy like Max Holloway, who's been at the top, you know, pretty much ever since he lost to McGregor, which was years ago. And the fact that this is the main event, I'm so psyched about. If I have to pick a winner, I'm just so excited to see the fight. I think Calvin Kattar wins because he's got better stand-up. His shots are more damaging. You've seen Holloway hit a lot of guys a lot of times. Like in the cage, he'll hit you a lot, but it's not necessarily power shots. It's more volume.
Yeah.
He's not going to really put you away. And we've seen Calvin Kattar, the same weight class, put people away with his shots. So, and Holloway's a little bit, he's there to be hit sometimes. Not all the time. He's such a great stand-up fighter. But sometimes he's there to be hit, and with the power of Calvin Kattar, I do see Calvin Kattar taking that big leap and becoming a top contender. He already is, but he's becoming like the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the top of the top, the hippity-hop.
Don't
Calvin
stop
Kattar.
till you rock Calvin Kattar.
Right.
Yes, of course. Now, when we think about Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar, we've seen Max Holloway obviously have such longevity in the game, and he's been around for so long, but he's really only about 29 and 30 years old. He's actually younger than Calvin Kattar. They have pretty similar records. Kattar coming into the fight 22-4, Max Holloway coming into the fight 21-6. So
fantastic records.
Pretty much identical when they come into this match. Now, I definitely give the power bar to Kattar. I give the striking volume to Max Holloway. When it comes to skill in the stand-up game, I actually say they're pretty even. So I think this is going to be a great stand-up match, like you said. I do not expect this to go to the ground pretty much whatsoever.
5 rounds of this.
5 rounds of just, and we know Max can go 5, and we know Calvin can go 5. So this is going to be one of those matches to start off the year, like we said, stand and bang, and hopefully ends in some fireworks.
Okay, so give me your prediction. Give me the round it ends. Give me the way it ends.
I Love Max Holloway.
If I'm your bless.
But I'm going Calvin Kattar with the knockout.
Oh, okay. Don't say it, because I'm going to say it.
Round 5.
Round 5, okay.
I think it's going to go pretty. I mean, there's 2 dogs fighting in a cage, but I think somebody's going to get caught slipping.
Give out.
And I think that's going to be Max Holloway.
I could see a decision, but if it goes to a decision, I think Holloway wins that.
I could see that with the volume of strikes. If it does go to decision, I could see the volume of strikes leaning Max Holloway's way, because he does throw a fury of. He's great with combos.
He just hits you.
Exactly.
He's not gonna miss you a bunch of times. He's gonna hit you. It may not put you away, but he's gonna hit you.
He's gonna dink and dunk you until he splunks you.
I'm taking Calvin Kattar. Round 3 knockout.
Really? Okay, so you're taking it early. Do you think Kattar's going to try to expend more of his energy up front to get that knockout and really wear him down? Or do you think it's going to be just a clean shot that he catches him on?
I think the power in the beginning of the fight is going to be a big factor. He's going to hit him with some big power shots to where Holloway is... And I can't believe we're picking against Holloway here.
Right?
But and maybe we're wrong. There's always that option. That's the fun of MMA. That's the fun of UFC.
Josh. Never been wrong one time in my life. It's crazy.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we bet on Izzy and Paulo Costa, so
we did bet on Izzy and Paulo Costa, and I will tell you, I drank the Kool-Aid on Paulo Costa, but
you brought it up.
I did. You're right. You know what? That was the first time I've ever been wrong. Sue me. The only person who's been wrong less times than me, his name is Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, so sue me.
I almost want to pick Holloway now. But, yeah, give me Kattar. Round 3. Knockout. The power will be a little bit too much. And that's the way I think it goes.